Yes, people, welcome back to the One True Red podcast. And we are live. Guys, Liverpool were completely torn apart by Man City yesterday, 4-0, and it could have been worse. With PSG coming in the Champions League, can Arne Slot survive? I know it's Uche's favourite topic. We'll get into it, and we'll also discuss Arsenal's loss to Southampton later in the show. But we have to start with Saturday afternoon at Etihad. Uche, another pathetic performance by the Reds.
It's boring, isn't it? Honestly, it was probably the worst I felt for a while because it's just the same old story with Liverpool. Start well, flicks and tricks, all that rubbish. And I was thinking, if we concede first, we'll probably go on to concede another goal. And if we do that, we're going to lose and lose badly. And unfortunately, the same thing happened again, especially the second goal. Everybody knows it was towards the end of the half. Going at 1-0 is not the worst thing in the world, especially after missing chances. Well, Mo Salah's chance. And then, you just let it just happen to you again and again. So it's tiring and it's predictable. It's way too predictable. The gaps, the spaces in between in midfield, when the opposition has the ball in this league, they easily can cut us open. And Man City, for the third time this season, have been easily bypassed our team and won a very, very comfortable game. So I'm not surprised by the reaction of the fans. You have to be fair and say that was as pathetic as it can get. It looked like a team that whatever this man is telling them, they either tuned him out or they're just not interested anymore. And that's where it gets very dangerous, as everyone knows. So, yeah, very disappointing. I'm just fed up with the whole. We're revisiting the same topics. I'm seeing the same things, and that's just not acceptable. It's not acceptable from the manager. It's not acceptable from the players. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm just totally fed up.
Yeah.
What's the answer?
What's that, Mikey?
If it's unacceptable, what's the answer?
There is no answer at the moment to the end of the season. I know what is going to happen, and we're going to discuss it when it happens in midweek. The same useless players are going to show up and they're going to run around and do more than they should supposed to be doing. And, we're going to lap it up because we're fans. That's what we do. And then Fulham will come on the weekend and we'll struggle again. That's what the pattern has clearly shown this season. We cannot put it together. Premier League teams, almost every team in the Premier League knows how to play this Liverpool side. It's just too predictable. And like I said, it's got to the point where Saturday was extremely annoying to watch. I just feel like no one's listening to what he's saying or whatever the heck that he's saying or trying to say. It doesn't work. 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20, 25, but never close to even 70 minutes of football. And the same players can't last 90 minutes. Same players get substituted. Nothing happens. Nothing changes. We're just watching the same stuff just repeat itself. And it's quite...
Uche, do you finally accept then that Slot isn't the man to take us forward, given that
it's not really about
as you said, the players don't seem to be listening to anything he's saying. So
you always think that I'm supporting the manager because that's what we do. No, so there's two separate arguments, right? When I defend this guy, it looks like I'm defending some joker off the street. I'm defending a league title winning manager, and there's only been two since we're adults. So when I'm defending him, I've got some pretty good clout backing here. This is not some random guy that I'm defending. So let's get that straight, yeah? That tells me he knows what he's doing. I just think we got it wrong in the transfer window. If you ask me what I think is happening, it's already happened, and there's no way back. And he's absolutely responsible for it. He's responsible for the players that we brought in, all three of them up front, including the one that's injured. He's totally responsible for that. And what that has meant is we can't press from forward, and we're easily bypassed. You bypass that forward because there's nothing to bypass. Then you're straight into the midfield. There's nothing there. And then you're straight to our defenders. So when it's their turn to attack, we crumble. I've showed you the stats. Was it 42 goals we conceded in 31 games? Every team can score 2 or 3 goals. That can never happen. You should be able to defend as a team. We cannot do it. I watch Arsenal make it look so easy. Yeah, you might score 1, but you bet your bottom dollar for you to score 2 against Arsenal, normally you have to sweat. With Liverpool, it just seems like easy. So that's why I back him.
But again, you're saying you back him, but at the same time, you're saying Arsenal they're not going to let you score 2 goals. You saw a couple of the goals yesterday where players were just walking back. Either they don't respect the manager or they're not listening to the manager. One of the two. Mikey, as an Arsenal fan, watching from the outside, it's hard to argue in favour of Slot taking this club forward based on what we've seen this season, and it's been all season.
I'm just going to sound like a broken record, to be honest.
Exactly.
Because I wasn't the guy. A little while ago, Uche doesn't like to acknowledge certain things when they happen. So he's going to after time. And so at the end of the season, he's going to be like, oh, Slot needs to go. We need a fresh change. Da, 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 da. But right now, we've already seen it. And this guy could effectively lead you out of the Champions League. Like out of the Champions League in terms of this season and out for next season. And for Liverpool, who were the champions by a mile and then invested heavily with 2 British transfer records, that is completely unacceptable. Nobody could see this happening. But through the season, we could see that Slot didn't have the answers. And he continually doesn't have the answers. He's coming into press conferences saying that his team, acknowledging his team aren't doing the basics. That is wild.
And the worst thing, Mikey, I'll put this to CT. The worst thing about it is that he acts like he's not the guy that's in charge. He's given us his running commentary at every single press conference, and it's like, oh yeah, we struggle with 3 games a week. We struggle with low blocks. We struggle with set pieces. We struggle with high intensity. All this stuff, and it's like, but mate, aren't you the manager? What's going on, CT?
He's the guy that's supposed to be doing this. He's the guy that's supposed to be organizing this and setting his team out to actually come up with solutions to these problems. But week in, week out, we're seeing the same thing. So every time I've come on there, I've asked Uche, is it time now? Is it time that he's got to go? Is it time? But he's literally like backing him. You've called out the players. You've called out now your transfers, saying it's not the right signings. When the start of the season, you were waxing lyrical about all these signings, and now it's just like, I don't think we've got the signings right.
No, I don't think we have. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you're right, what you're saying. That's what I said then. But I'm watching them play. So what? I can't change my mind when I watch someone play, and I think they're just not going to do it. Like, there's no way on this planet.
We know these players. Like,
no.
All of a sudden, we do.
No, I refuse to admit that. You can't be lying to the audience.
We do. We know what they're capable of.
No, you do not know Hugo Ekitike. You just don't. You don't. No one does, because he is a problem. It's a massive problem.
He's the problem now.
No. I'm not saying he's the problem. These people are problems. They are problems to where we want to play, where we want to be. They are problems. Like, how you now solve it, I actually haven't got a clue. But I'm telling you what I'm watching. They cannot press. They don't want to press. They're not interested in defending from the front. They have zero interest. Now, It can be that maybe another manager could come in, but I don't think that is changing. I generally don't think so. If he changed, I'll be the first to tell you, I confess again. I will apologize. I don't mind. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. But these are the players we have. They're not pressing. They're not doing anything. They're so easy to bypass. Right now, we had Mo Salah got given the freedom last season, only one, and everybody else put in the shift. Now, it's actually Salah, Wirtz, yesterday, Salah, Wirtz, and Hugo Ekitike. You can't play football in this manner. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm watching the game, and I'm thinking, it's just a matter of time. This is actually boring. Like, you are going to lose. Once Man City take the lead, the game is finished. Do you know how crazy that is? That every time a team scores against, I can actually say the game is now officially over. We're just going through the motion of a game. That's weird.
But again, Uche, any other club that's not Liverpool, any other club where you're saying those same words about the team, you'll be questioning the manager. But not here.
You think I'm not questioning the manager? I'm saying to you that we've got this wrong. I'm looking at this caliber of players. These players are a problem. Obviously, the manager is a problem. He ultimately will take the can. We know this. We understand it, right? But I was actually waiting for the end of the season. There was a couple of things I was encouraged by, which is why I was kind of hoping the Champions League campaign would change that. Obviously, that's gone literally in the last 3 weeks. All those things have fallen by the wayside, as usual, like Mikey kind of predicted. Frimpong is now a little bit injured. Alisson has done his Alisson thing. I am still waiting for this twig to get fit as well. Like, seriously, like, this is a joke. It's crazy to me. Like, I don't understand this season, man. It's weird. Like, I genuinely thought I've given them enough spacing that these things will come together and they can do one last hurrah, and it's still a shambles. There's nothing left. Like, there's nothing for me left this season to talk about. If you want to sack him tomorrow, to be honest with you, like, this is how I see this season, right? Personally. After in about 2 weeks, well, less than how many days' time, yeah, you're gonna find out. You see that you get absolutely smashed. I'm talking about 3-0, 4-0, aggregate score of 7-1, 8-2. No different to what happened to Chelsea, by the way. But I digress. But something like that, yeah. And that's it. It's a wrap. That's it. It's done, isn't it? There's nothing else. What is there to talk about?
What happens, Anuche? If that happens, I want to bring in the comments after you've answered this. But what happens then if we get smashed up by PSG?
I don't think it'll happen, though. That's the more unfortunate truth. I think these players will rise to the occasion because it's not the league. It's the Champions League. It's not the league. We don't struggle with these teams.
Well, then how can it be the players then?
What's that?
Rise to the occasion and do what?
Go on, Mikey.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what Mikey said.
Go on, CT first, and then Mikey.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're saying now these players will rise to the occasion, so then they are capable of something. Then.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is a physical also a physical issue. Like, genuinely, I can only talk to you what I'm seeing, right, live in my face. I'm seeing a physical team. They can't. It's almost like they can't up it. But in the Champions League, they lay off. Teams tend to not be at you like that, right? Whenever time any team, even for a little period, when a team is at us, we literally crumble. Like, we conceded like those 3 goals in like, what was it, less than 20 minutes, Real? Would you say?
Yeah, 15,
like
20 minutes.
It's a weird thing that happens where they just they shrink and they just literally crumble in front of your face. And I'm tired of singling players out because it almost doesn't matter who it is that makes the fault for the first goal. Once that first goal goes in, you kind of feel it's coming. We cannot. As soon as it goes, I said to Real, can we actually keep this at 1-0? Even if I don't care. It might sound weird and deflating, but if you keep it to 1-0 to like 80 minutes or something. But we all know as Liverpool fans, we cannot seem to do this anymore. Conceding goals is literally what we do. We do it for fun. Considering the fact that we can't score on the other end, it's just really predictable. And honestly, I am so that weekend, man, the Saturday was just a joke. It's so predictable. This is what you're waiting for. International break, like Ray was saying, you're telling us, we know we can't play every 3 or 4 days. Okay, well, you've had a chance. This is it. Man City away. It's going to be a hard game. Blah blah blah. They have the attack, they score, and then bang 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 bang. Game is on. Literally, game is over. 10 minutes later, game's done. We're right in the story. That's it. So that's what I feel. I could be wrong. They might get smashed, and I'll come back here and I apologize, CT. But what I'm seeing is PSG. I think they'll be up for it. But the difference is, though, I'm not gonna back it. There is no way I'm backing it because Alisson is not there, and that's gonna make a massive difference. Yeah, and I thought like Frimpong and maybe Isak might be there, but I don't see it happening. So I'm not backing it. But I think it'll be a lot better than the rubbish we're seeing anyway.
I want to bring, before Mikey, who's big smile on his face, I want to bring in some of the. I don't like it, man. I don't like this Uche. This Arsenal fans just smile, just sit back and smiling. But
they smile. I don't know what they're smiling about. When they're on a quadruple and now on a double, I don't know what they're smiling about.
We'll get to that.
It's so bad. Ooh.
We'll get to that. But let's bring in some of the comments. Neymar's made a few good points. He says we'll either get smacked by PSG and then beat Fulham, or we'll smack PSG and then get cooked by Fulham.
Yeah.
Can't disagree with that at all.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Going back to one of the comments that Gabby once said, when you don't get results, everything Slot says in press conferences will get dissed. Not necessarily. If you're chatting rubbish, you're chatting rubbish. That's just the bottom line. Whether you're winning and chatting rubbish or losing and chatting rubbish, you're still chatting rubbish. And he's been saying a lot of rubbish this season. Mikey, what next, man? I mean, we've got PSG coming up. Whether you think we're going to win or we're not going to win, even if we get through this leg, there's Bayern or Real Madrid to come in the next round. We've got a hard run of fixtures coming up in the league as well. I mean, what's by the end of this week, is Slot still going to be in a job?
Unfortunately for you guys, yes. Fortunately for us, I'd like to reflect back on the City game though, because Uche mentioned about your transfers and stuff. You've kind of got City have gone and got Cherky for a nice fee. I think it was 30 odd million. You went and got Verts, or 116 for 116. And Verts is nowhere on the pitch. Cherky's running things on the pitch. You've had an opportunity to get Gehi. City go and get him in January. And Gehi's there, calmness personified at the back. You have the opportunity as well to compete for Semenyo. Nope, allow him to go to City. In the knowledge that you damn well know that Salah's going, you know that you got a problem on your left-hand side, and Semenyo is probably the best winger that can play both sides that we're aware of in terms of left and right foot, almost equally as strong as each other, proven in the Premier League, goes to City and he's doing it straight away. Plays against the top clubs. He's doing it straight away. He was ready-made for you guys, and he would have probably resolved a part of the issue that you guys have. But I think the Slot has definitely lost the players from what I've seen. Like, players not running, he's lost the players. So when you go up against a team like PSG, yes, you do have these European nights at Anfield, but over there, you're going to get pumped. And it's just how bad it's going to be.
We were last season as well. It was only for Alisson that we actually got out with anything, let alone a win. We were battered last season, absolutely battered.
Can I just ask a question?
Different is going to happen.
Well, sir, Mikey, you finished?
Yeah.
How does a title-winning manager lose a set of players that he's just brought in, and some are from the season that he's won the Premier League in the next season? How does that happen?
I think.
Go on.
I think part of it is his delivery style. I mean, there were interviews and everyone's like, yeah, this guy's great, straight to the point, blah, blah, blah. But there were interviews last season. I can't remember if it's towards the end of last season or halfway through, but I remember Salah, there was an interview with Salah where he said about the manager and how blunt he is. And he doesn't cherry coat things, sugarcoat things. He just says it how it is. And it's a very Dutch thing to do, not trying to stereotype, but they are straight talkers, or they're known to be straight talkers. So I think part of it might be to do with that. But also, I mean, footballers are not stupid, right? You can tell whether you're training enough or whether or not this particular tactic is working for you. So we've started the season a certain way. We got the 5 wins, 6 wins in a row, whatever it was. And we went up for 3 months just getting beat by everyone. For me, it's difficult. If I'm playing under that and I'm seeing Salah stuck out on a wing and not getting the ball, we're conceding from every corner like we were up until, not every corner, but the way we were conceding goals up until the turn of the year. Players are going to think, well, what's going on here? What is this? Is this what we're doing now? So I think partly to do with his style, but also partly to do with the fact that our tactics have not made a lot of sense this season. But Uche, I'm sure you're going to disagree.
No, I agree with you.
Wow.
I agree with you. At the end of the day, no. I've seen this. I said this on the chat to him. I said, what I'm seeing is the kind of nonsense I see at Real Madrid. It's the kind of rubbish that's been talked about and seen many times at Chelsea. These are the type of players we have now. They know that if I don't need to chat to you, don't chat to me. I'm a big man. And let's be honest, yeah, if you carry on, I'll hand you out. It's as simple as that. Who the heck are you, Mr. Slot, to me? That's the kind of players we got now. We wanted to be about it, wanted to dine at the high table. Well, guess what the high table brings? It brings those type of players who actually rate themselves. They don't need you to chat to them anyhow. You be blunt, I'll be blunt with you out the door. That's what we've got now. That's what we're dealing with now. That's the truth. They don't need to respond to Mr. Slot on whatever nonsense he has to say. If they believe it's nonsense, they'll play like nonsense. I'm seeing this now, and it's clear. I think he's almost like, what are we talking about? His time is done, right? His time is done. What are you going to do from here? If they're not willing to listen to you, what are we doing? So there's no point. There's nothing to talk about. I've said this before. Like, when your players switch off, yeah, it was obvious to me. So the only one place where they could change this, and they only get one more shot, and literally that's going to be it. And that's one of the best teams in Europe. What are the chances of that happening? Very minimal, right? So they're gonna tonk you, and then you're gonna shrug your shoulders, and then there'll be breaking news, and then guess what? They'll come out and start balling for like a few weeks. That's what's gonna happen. So I know you're surprised I'm saying it. I can only comment on what I'm seeing. The Saturday result tell me something that is very, very disturbing. These guys are playing like they're Madrid players, and trust me, they are not Madrid players because none of them are good, none of them are world class, and they're deceiving. And I'm not going to fall for the deception because if any of them actually was a good top player, I will see you on top of the podium winning awards. Can you tell me what those jokers have won? Because the one that has actually won and taken this club to places is going to call it a day by the end of the season. And then the exposure would come, and the nonsense I'm seeing from certain mans who think they've made it because they're in the French squad for the first time, yeah, and people like that, yeah, and people are loving it. Like they're nothing. They haven't done anything. They haven't achieved anything for my club anyway. So I'm not gonna praise you. I'm not gonna overpraise you. I'm not gonna gas over you because you scored a couple of decent goals here and there. Couldn't care less. What have you done for this club? We've spent 450 million CT on these players. Who are they? Where are they? What have they done? Nothing. But it's okay. He's out. He's gonna be out. There's no question. Like you can't carry on like this. It's ridiculous. What I'm seeing is face. No, you can't. It's impossible.
The reason why
you can't do it. How is he gonna respond to him now? Like seriously, it's done. It's cooked. It's over. Accept it. It's done.
The thing about what you just said, Uche, and also kind of what you're saying, Mikey, is that if you look at that the on the ticker there, where it's VBD saying it, I can only apologise to the fans for what we have shown, especially in the second half. I mean, we're getting these speeches every other week now.
Yes, mate.
And Szoboszlai is another one. I think Neymar said it earlier about he was annoyed about Szoboszlai's reaction at the end. I don't know if you Arsenal fans have seen it, but there's video footage of him going up to the away end and doing all this. And where's the support? This is after the match now. Where's the support? Blah, blah, blah. You've just put Szoboszlai, particularly, by the way, who was anonymous the whole match. You're going to away fans who pay their good money to watch Liverpool up and down the country and abroad, and you're telling them, where's the support? Well, where were you in that whole performance? Because I didn't see you. Exactly. So the guy's got a cheek. So in a way, I hear what you're saying, Uche, but at the same time, Mikey, the reason why it can't continue is that, again, you might not have seen it, but after 70 minutes of that match, there were Liverpool fans leaving. So, Neymar said it earlier. Oh, he says it here. He's been slot in all season, but crazy how you can lose patience with a very patient fan base. And that's the point. Liverpool are not the kind of club where you're calling for the manager's head. But the way the season's gone, the way the games are going, this is not stuff that we see very often. What is it? 10 defeats in the league for the first time since 2014-15.
Yeah.
What is another stat is we've lost, what is it? 1 second. We've lost X amount of games. We've lost 15 of our last 40 games in all competitions. 15 of our last 40 games. This is Liverpool. This is impressively bad. Yeah, for a team that won the league last season, it's crazy, and that's the reason why I can't see once you've lost those away fans, the home fans it's full of day trippers and all that. That's a different story. The away fans, if you lose them, it's game over. I can't see how it changes unless by some miracle we beat PSG. And then we go out valiantly or whatever against Real Madrid. How's it's just not going to change, Mikey? I know you're hoping, you're praying that we stick with this guy, but I can't see how it's gonna. I just cannot see any way that the club will let this continue into next season now.
I wanted him to get his so-called troops, the people that he bought, because there's no question in my mind he was involved with this madness of the people that were recruited. So I wanted to see what is he actually like. Where is he actually going with this? Okay, you've had injuries, all this stuff you're talking about. Let me actually see it. But I don't think you're going to get to see it because by the time you see it, it's irrelevant. Like, no one who cares about seeing it in the last 2 games of the season when 5th is out of reach or whatever, or you've been destroyed 7-1 on aggregate by PSG. No one who cares about it. That's not what Liverpool is about. So he talks a good game, but like I said, your players are switching off. And it's quite obvious on Saturday. That is a big game. We beat Manchester City twice last season. Just let that sink in. We got slapped 3 times this season, and it was all very, very comfy. It's getting ridiculous. Palace will come, everybody will come, and they give you the same stuff. Beating Liverpool it's not actually that hard for us that are watching it. It's not actually that difficult. You just have to be patient. Don't lose no matter what, even if Liverpool go 1-0 against you, just don't make it 2. They will crumble. there will be a period when they'll start crumbling and making serious, and they take it in turns. If it's not Konate one day, it's your fantastic captain or it's somebody else. There will always be someone back there that will dash you something. So just be patient, wait for it. And when you get hold of them, they'll start crumbling. Go for it. I remember the Forest game. I'm sure everyone remembers. Was it 3-0 we lost? These guys were coming at us. Like when I say coming at us, yeah, sometimes I feel like Match of the Day doesn't give you service. Sometimes you need to show an extended period of highlight to show you when a team has no fear for you. They come in, they're 2-0 up, they're coming for 3. There were 3. Let's start. Let's go and get the 4th one. That's the level where we are with these players now.
Well,
so
PSV did it to us.
Man, these players, man, honestly, they I said it doesn't matter. Eventually, we're gonna have to start supporting them because that's what we do with fans. But they wind me up so much because when I say it, people think I'm automatically backing the manager. But I am seeing some terrible footballers. Ridiculous amount of money. I don't see what. There's nothing in their record that tells me they don't do anything for this club. So I don't care what you did for whatever. You're silly.
All right, let's bring this back in.
Flipping by a level because I don't care.
He's got his own one.
Let's bring this back in because you guys, you won comfortably last season, but you slept walked the last third of the season. You were not good the last third of the season, and you made up the excuse that it's already done, so X amount of goals don't count. Losing to Arsenal or whatever it was doesn't count. All these losses didn't count. You've come into this season with a bulk of those players still. They're not playing any better than they were. They played exceptional for 2/3 of a season under microwave Slot. And now we've evolved in, we've added 500 million in, and they are terrible.
Let me, Mikey,
it's not sounding that crazy now, though, is it? It's not looking that crazy. What I was saying,
it's looking very apt.
No,
Mikey, let me just back up what you just said there about slept walk the last third of the season. So from the 11th of March, so let's take it from the 8th of March last year. We beat Southampton at home 3-1. We then lost to PSG. We then lost to Newcastle in the League Cup final. We beat Everton 1-0, which was a tight game. Jota winner. RIP. Fulham, we lost to. We then went on a 3-game winning run, which culminated in us beating Tottenham, which gave us the title. And then we lost to Chelsea, drew with Arsenal, lost to Brighton Hove Albion, and lost to Crystal Palace. So in that period, from the start of March until the end of May, we lost 1 to 5 games out of what, 7 or 8. It's been coming. It's been coming, and it's not a case of this is something that's just happened this season. I don't think it's a case of we were playing beyond our abilities the start of last season. I don't think so. But the way that we started this season, then our tactics got found out, and then we struggled to be able to play the same way the first half of the season as we did the second half of the season. And that tells me that there's something wrong with the tactics that we're employing. Surely that's the case. And then we go into this season now, and it just continues.
Yeah, but it didn't.
And everyone just knows how it's so easy to beat us.
No, but it didn't. Because we started with 5 in a row. That's the problem with
but even those 5 wins, we discussed it on here, and 3-2 against Newcastle, last second, and Gamoa scores. I think Bournemouth they were up, and then you came back and rallied.
We were 2-0, went 2-2, then we scored at the end. Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is that factually didn't continue. Yeah, I understand that, but factually didn't continue. So the problem was, like you said, I just feel like
it did continue because real outline, there was a run of 3 wins that you had in that period. So let's continue and extrapolate over. So you had some losses, some draws, then you won 5. Then how many did you lose?
The problem with all this stuff is that you're not giving credit to what happened. Like I said, it's very difficult to talk about this subject.
Where's the credit needed?
No, but you can't ignore certain factors, right? You're coming back for preseason. Someone said this the other day. You're coming back for preseason literally on that Monday, and then you're hit with that ridiculous, tragic news. That impacted a lot of things that they were doing, either the signing or whatever.
It didn't impact last season, my friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to separate. Like, I think there was something there, and then all of a sudden we come in and we started winning games, but it wasn't convincing, like you said. I find it difficult. I've always found it difficult to compare the end of a season to another start of a season, especially when, unless he aligns, you can read the story basically. If he aligns, you say whatever. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I mean, I don't know what Leicester season was saying. I remember Conte coming in with Chelsea frigging 13th or whatever at the start of the season. Similar players. At the end of the day, like everyone said, 5 wins is 5 wins in this league is very difficult, as we have shown that we can't do it anymore. So there's a lot of things. I understand what you guys are trying to do, but I'm not a buyer of that because, you know, a lot of things.
We're not trying to do anything.
Mikey,
you know, at this point now, we can reflect on it. It's happened. We're not trying to do anything. We're now reviewing what has actually happened.
Exactly.
So we're at a point where you've joined us. Uche has landed, and he's seeing what we're seeing. You were refusing to acknowledge it.
I haven't landed anywhere. All I'm telling you, I saw a performance on Saturday that was players switching off.
Uche, can I say this then? So you said earlier about how we can't do it for more than 10, 15, 20 minutes of the match. But that's literally what the start of the season was. We did it for maybe a half, went 2 goals up, then we stopped doing it. And then we get it goes to an equaliser, and then we do it again for another 5 minutes, and we win the game 3-2. That's what's been happening all season. So the end of last season, we weren't playing well. The end of this season, we've not been playing well. Sorry, the start of this season, we've not played well. It's continued from that period that started like 12 months ago, and it's continued all the way up until now.
So what I'm trying to say, a manager
we've had a few wins here and there. We've had a few performances. Uche, tell me how many times you think we played well for 90 minutes.
You know, I'm not really a buyer of this stuff, man. You guys are trying to buy. I don't buy it because how many times have I watched? I mean, I get forced to watch Arsenal at times. I don't think they do anything special, but that's just my opinion, and that's okay. But it doesn't matter because Arsenal win football games. So we could go about this the wrong way. I mean, listen, that's just me. That's just my opinion. If I watch Arsenal, I don't go, "Oh, that was I don't know what word you got. That was so good watching them." It doesn't matter. No, they're dead. They're dead team to me. They don't do anything, but they win football matches. That's okay.
Uche, calm. Forget about the word good and replace it with consistent.
Yeah, we're not.
So how many times?
Absolutely. Yeah.
One thing about Arsenal, you might not like. It might not be exciting. You might not like it, but when they're on the defensive game, like it's strong. Yeah, it's consistent.
No, I agree with you. We're not consistent.
We're not good at anything. Liverpool not good. Literally not good at anything.
There's no one I keep telling you, there's no one I back in there. And this is what I'm saying. When people I say to people like, he had a system that worked, and then we started the season. And this, like I said, this is where he's completely, and I'll say it again, this is where he gets the complete blame, right? Like, no, those things he was saying at press conferences towards the end of the season. Oh, we need to be this, that, and then we need to be a bit more expansive. When we make it 1-0, we need to make it 2-0 and 3-0, and this all is rubbish he was doing. And went on board players to do that. And I think we've forced it to happen. And then trying to force it to happen, look at the mess we've created. I've not seen Gravenberch playing number 6 for a long time. Like Raul would say, we don't see Salah playing in the most offensive way. We've now dropped him and don't want him to do more tracking and whatever nonsense that we're coming up with. It's all over the place. We've seen Szoboszlai having to cover our right back. There's been a lot of change, a lot of twists. That's why I said, honestly, I wanted to see what is this idea of this man when everybody's back. We're not going to see it because the players have switched off, and it is bye-bye. See you later. It is what it is.
Let me just answer Neymar quickly. So Neymar, I wouldn't defend. Last-minute winners are great for a supporter. Don't get me wrong, but they don't. You can't have confidence moving forward in games. So even me reflecting on the way that Arsenal play, did I know that Arsenal were going to have a wobble? Yes, because we can't get through every game winning the way that we've been playing. I know that for a fact. That's why I know that now that we're going to have problems in the Champions League when we play somebody that actually frighten us. Like, just the way that we play, I can't see us winning it. That's from the past month or 6 weeks that I've been watching us play. And that was born true in the cup final. We're just not as good as we were early in the season in terms of the strength of the team. And then Neymar, you've also made a comment about 90-minute performances for Liverpool. And then you're referencing 75 and 65 minutes of those games. We said 90 minutes, my friend.
The West Ham one. The West Ham one's a good example of the how bad this team is. That deceiving.
Loads of chances.
They had so many chances. Every time we scored, in fact, every time we scored a goal, they had 2 or 3 more chances that they should have scored a goal. So, I mean, I would say Real Madrid, Galatasaray, and
Be
probably
Champions
the
League
Carabao.
games. Yep.
Champions League.
games.
In the
That's
league,
it.
I can't think of one really. Maybe the Arsenal away.
Both Arsenal games.
Both Arsenal
I
games,
think-
yeah.
You played solid. You played.
Yeah.
It looked like you had a brief of.
It was like a mistake-free football. Yeah, don't give anything away. Don't give anything cheap. Like the kind of performance that I was used to seeing this same Liverpool put out last season, and then all of a sudden we have this weird tendency to almost enjoy. Like what was happening on Saturday, man? The first 30 minutes, they're like, "Are you guys taking a mick out of this club, or are you just you're getting paid to just enjoy yourself? Is that what we're doing now? Like we just this is an exhibition of who can do the greatest tricks or whatever." I'm like, you do realize football, you got to try and win football games at some point.
Exactly.
You're not actually winning. So yeah, Arsenal is separated by a number of weeks. Arsenal, it's almost like we switched on. This is Arteta. This is what they like to do. Let's all be switched on. An actual competent 90-minute football, and we've showed we can defend, we can keep clean sheets, and then like you got these ridiculous situations, whether it's the Fulham away or Leeds, the Leeds game when you're conceding 3 goals and all this madness where the team attacks and we just crumble. Team attacks, you crumble. Teams attack. It's just weird to me. Like I don't understand what's going on. So, like I said, the players should take a great bow. Yes, the manager is not great, but you've made it very clear on Saturday. We heard you, and maybe we also start walking out. Maybe starting against PSG next week. They should all start walking out after 15 minutes as well. Our fans, it's good for morale. That's exactly what we all demand. Start walking out at 15 minutes because that's literally what Liverpool is always been about. Just walk out, because when you're not happy, right? You're happy with your product, just walk out. That's what we do. We should all be proud. Let's stand proud. Sing you never walk alone, and then just literally leave them all alone. That's the way.
Sounds like you're coming for the
Liverpool fans.
Crazy. In fairness to Uche, sorry, Mikey. In fairness to Uche, I'm not. I mean, they came. Apparently, they left. A load of them left on 70 minutes with singing the Alonso song, which I just think is just ridiculous, to be honest with you. But go on, Mikey. Before we move on,
they have a right to protest. That's my last comment.
Of course, they have a right to protest. I'm saying, listen, do what you think. Come to me. The thing about it, yeah. Real knows that's why you can't even go against it anyway. I find it very.
Fired them up again, Mikey. Go on, Uche.
I find it very difficult that we are talking about everything. Why the history of this club was based on. We all literally becoming every single thing of everything that we accuse other fans of being. That's what they're becoming. And the thing is that they can't see it. They pretend they can't see it. I'm like, you are literally the thing that you claim other fans were all these years. You just won the league for the second time in 30-something years, and you're acting funny because you're out of the cup, FA Cup, for goodness sake, and you're walking out. Like, seriously? Like, are we flipping? I don't know.
I haven't been on the pod for a few weeks now. It's like I'm in a different, a parallel universe to this guy. Watching Uche, he was actually talking about, what are we talking about? Slot out and all this. We're going to win the Champions League. Now to this, fans walking out and he's backing it and all this. What's going on?
No, they should walk out. I'm saying when they're not happy, they should walk out. When we're not happy, 15 minutes, walk out. Why not? Might as well. It's crazy to me. Like, I don't understand what we're doing.
All right, let's wrap up with the Liverpool talk, and then we can start talking about Arsenal. So we're getting a few comments in. PSG Tuesday away. What do you reckon is going to happen, Uche?
Is it Tuesday? Are you sure? Don't know
I think Arsenal playing Wednesday, so I assumed it was Tuesday.
No, we're Tuesday, I think.
They're Tuesday.
Yeah, we're Tuesday.
Okay. Other way around.
Yeah, because don't extend the torture, man. It's like, is it Tuesday or Wednesday? It's Wednesday.
You're playing Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday.
Like I said, I'm not gonna back it. I think obviously we're gonna go out, but I will play along and say these players will show something against PSG. But the problem is, the reason why I can't back it is that there's a massive difference between PSG popping shots at Alisson versus PSG popping shots at Mamadashvili. And there's no disrespect to Mamadashvili. I don't mean to disrespect you. Yes, mate. I don't mean to disrespect you, but I think that ultimately Liverpool will play well and will surprise people. But ultimately, we all know how he ends. If the dude was fit, once I heard that news, I was out, man. I can't back Liverpool. I hope they shock me, but that was a massive news for me because we just don't have it with us. But I expect a better performance because, like I said, all these players, Szoboszlai, Salah, Wirtz, Hugo, they're going to get space. They're going to get a bit of joy. PSG has been quite open this year, which was not the previous edition. PSG have lost games they shouldn't lose this year in the league. They're not quite the same team. However, when PSG puts it on, and they only need to do it for 5-10 minutes, as we've seen and commented on already, that's all they're going to need. Because when they do put it on for 5-10 minutes, we're going to crumble. And in that 5-10 minutes, game could be over. Literally, game could be over. 5-10 minutes of PSG showing up. Cavadorna, friggin' Dembele, Doué, head scattered, freaking Barcola. Help yourself. Literally, that's all it's going to be. And so that's why playing well is irrelevant to me. I really couldn't care less. Liverpool's objective is very simple. And I said it when Aki was making a joke, I said it against Galatasaray, you would take a 1-0 loss and you take it with pride. You would take a 2-1 slap. You take it with pride. You take any draw that's less than 2 goals and you would take it with pride because PSG ain't playing no silly games. They will bang a worldie from anywhere. And Mamadashvili is going to tip it in. So that's where I'm at with it.
Tip it in, yeah.
What's the score then? What's the prediction?
I'm gonna be like I said, I'm gonna be optimistic, and I'm gonna go with we somehow gonna keep them to 2, so 2-1 to PSG.
2-1 to PSG. Neymar said 3-1 loss or 3-0. I think it'll be 3-1. I said before the match on Saturday against Man City it was gonna be 3-0 to City, and I got 1 goal wrong. So here we are. Mikey CT slaps to come.
Yeah, I'll make it quick slaps, 3-1, maybe 4 if you actually came in, but 3-1 is probably realistic.
Smoky settings, man. Smoky settings. 4-1 PSG. And one keeps you in it for the second.
Ain't no keeping us in, mate.
We have to be able to defend CT, and that's just something that it's too fashionable to defend. We don't do stuff like that.
We don't do stuff like that. It's no longer allowed, you see.
I can see a 4-1. I could
4-1. Just quickly on Mamadashvili before we go into Arsenal. Mamadashvili made some good phases. His kicking ability is done. See, the thing that annoys me the most about Mamadashvili is that he's one of these goalkeepers that loves to dive. So he'll dive for something you can just catch, or he'll do the Superman punch and all that stuff. Just catch the ball, mate. It's all flamboyant, but when it comes to actually just stopping proper shots that you should stop those ones, not the other ones where it's going wide and you're diving just to look good.
I'm going for Fulham to get a draw, mate. I've actually been very serious. I can't see how we win that game because if I go with an optimistic result of a 2-1, I predicted. Well, better where we even.
You can't tell you in that game.
Nah, I can't, honestly. No, there's just no scenario. I'm trying to think really optimistic.
No scenario. You can't think of one scenario where you win.
No, I can't. Because I'm really thinking about it. I'm actually trying. I'm thinking, let's say we're really optimistic, like out of this world, cloud cuckoo land, and we drew or win at PSG. Yeah, he has to basically take every player that touched that football for 60 minutes or more and say, there is no, apart from the goalkeeper, you're not playing. Okay? That's it. So that's the super optimistic side. The other terrible, realistic, more likely to happen is that obviously we did lose. And you're still not playing those players. So, and if you're not going to play those players and you're playing against Fulham at home, who's going to play? Is it Chiesa that's going to bang the winner, or what are we doing?
He's not going to do that anyway. So
no.
He's still confident about 5th place.
Bro, let's not talk about that right now.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Fulham here, bro.
No. We're not just talking about Fulham. We're talking about a team that can actually come there and win. And I'm saying we probably will be a draw. I'm predicting a draw, like a 1-1 draw.
Uche, let me phrase it another way. You have to win this game, to get that top 5.
No, we don't have
Yes.
to win.
And you're saying you're not.
You do. If you're worried about Fulham, you do.
No, we don't have to win this game because we have to try to get a result against PSG. That's what we have to do. There is nothing. There's no trophy at the Fulham game. There's a trophy at the PSG game. What are you guys doing?
No, Mikey was saying for us to get top 5, we have to win that match.
I know you want to do both, but I'm saying that let's be honest. The way this listen, we're talking about today, right? We're on Sunday. That nonsense happened yesterday. We were all the witnesses to that rubbish, right? So it hasn't disappeared. That's in players' mind. That's in managers' thoughts. That's a realistic situation. That's where we are. We lost 4-0 with our one of our best players in the history of the game, missing the penalty and all that. Yeah. So right now, let's live in the actual reality of today. We're going to PSG, one of the best teams in Europe, right? And your objective is try to stay in the match for the second leg. If you achieve that, yeah, Fulham. I'm sorry to break it to all Liverpool fans. Fulham is kind of irrelevant.
I don't disagree with you, but all that Mikey was saying was for top 5, we have to win that match.
No, forget it. We don't have to. I'm just saying we don't have to win that match because we got a decently positive-ish result against PSG. Therefore, we're playing them in 6 days. PSG has probably. Is it that game? Is it the weekend that they drop in? They're not playing in midweek, right? Rel?
Yeah.
It's this week. Yeah. PSG is chilling at home. You know this as a fact. You've just got a mildly positive, optimistic result, which I'm still very, very have no confidence in, by the way. You know they're jamming at home. Why on earth would you play your first team against Fulham and believe the breeze you guys are talking about? You guys are crazy.
Wait. So PSG, smoky settings is 3-1. What lineup do you go for against Fulham?
Well, then you almost waving the white flag at that point because the moment once I see the lineup, yeah, and I see a team that was as strong as against that PSG first leg, I already know what's up. It means that basically we're going to fulfill the second leg fixtures and we've given up, which obviously I don't want to see. So honestly, if you're asking me today, I'm sticking my neck. I'm saying we're gonna go all out to get an optimistic result, whatever that is that resides in Slot's head, because I don't even know what it is anymore. And against Fulham, we are not winning that game. It's just as simple as that. We just literally as simple as that. It's very simple. So I'm going for a 1-1. I'm being optimistic, sir.
Listen, when you guys were missing, me and Ro, we did a pod and we kind of went through kind of Liverpool's back end games.
Yeah.
And you've got games against all the contenders.
Absolutely. Which is what I wanted.
You do not want that.
I did. I said I did. It is past tense.
Okay. Because if it plays out the way you think it's going to play out, you drop points against Fulham, then you play Everton.
Yes.
Away.
You compete
in a new
stadium. Everton are up there, you know.
There is nothing to say. If you want me to predict the Everton game, I can also do that to you today. That's quite easy. We're not winning that game either.
Right. So you drop points against Fulham and then Everton. Palace, let's just say you win because Gay's not there. Yeah. You're not going to get another win against you this season.
Yeah.
United
away.
No, United away. Listen, don't play with these players. Right? United away, they're gonna show up. These players are gonna show up.
So let's just say 1-1.
Wait, Mikey, before you move on, just quickly. Even when we were good, we very rarely showed up at that ground. Even when we were good.
Real. Listen. Let's stop playing now.
Really?
I can still predict that Man United will win the game. But one thing I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna walk out of that 90 minutes thinking basically what happened on Saturday is not gonna happen. Even I can't diss the players to that degree. Yeah, that's what I meant by that. I could still end up with a loss, but it ain't gonna be like that. There ain't no way. Those players will be up.
So we might not win that game, Mikey.
All right, cool. Then Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea will win because it's Chelsea. Isn't it?
You get a lot of draws against them.
Nah, we're beating Chelsea, man. Forget it. The thing is, as it stands, don't forget one thing you guys are forgetting. All this laughter you're doing, yeah. This is 5th place, right? So technically speaking, it's kind of between us and Chelsea, right? Is that right?
Nope. You got Brentford in there as well.
Okay, fine. Everton. I know you're in your jokey mood. All good.
No, you got Brentford in there. Brentford, Everton, even Fulham.
I'm saying, okay, fine. All of that is funny. It's good. It's good. Unless it's literally
Joking, bro.
Hey, Brentford and Everton are 3 points behind you.
Yeah, I'm not
You're
saying that.
saying-
What I'm trying to say is that
Wait.
eventually,
Uche, let me just say something. You said you're going to drop points against Fulham. That means they're closer to you than those 3 points.
yeah,
if they
definitely, yeah.
Then you're going to drop points against Everton, who are in contention with you for 5th place.
Yes.
Then you're going to get a win against Palace. You're going to turn up against United, and you're going to beat Chelsea somehow.
Yeah.
Then you play Brentford.
Yeah. Which will win.
What's that result?
Oh,
Smoky settings, yeah?
Yeah. No smoke. There ain't no smoky. No one's getting
No more-
smoked
No
anymore.
more
bro.
smoke left, bro.
Nobody's getting smoked anymore.
Gunpowder done.
No,
And then you close out.
Yes.
Then you close out the season at Villa. You confident?
Yeah. Confident Villa. Villa are shooksters. They bottle every year. That's not
They're ahead of you.
No. What I'm trying to say to you, like, you see all this stuff, you guys. I mean, Sky would love this situation. You got this scenario. You guys are painted. They love it. It's all hype and
No. It's wait. This is a narrative that you're painting.
no. The reason why I'm saying that,
No,
see what
you're telling us we're dropping
I'm
points.
not giving us a lot. I'm not giving us a lot of points, yeah. But as we would see, Chelsea are not going to win many games. Brentford are not going to win many games. Everton are not going to win many games. So when I say this, I'm saying it according to the environment we're in. Yeah.
So basically, you think you're going to lose less points than they are.
Yeah, basically.
Bro.
That's literally what I'm saying. But if you want to keep doing this single prediction, you see this Fulham game, I will be, bro. I mean, it's almost
It's
as
an
big.
Anfield, though.
I don't care where it is.
Oh.
Honestly, I couldn't care less. He could be
You can't
freaking.
drop points in that game.
No. We're not winning this, Mikey. We're not winning this game. The reason why I'm telling you is what I'm telling you. When the team sheet comes out, the only people that might be shocked are people like Rel. Yeah, we're gonna be moaning about why this guy didn't play. They're not playing. They're not playing because I know what this manager is planning. I know what he's planning, and it's gonna be so obvious. They're not playing.
Wait.
So,
Sorry, Uche. Your squad ain't good. Who is playing?
okay,
Who am I going to see?
he'll
They're
probably,
not playing.
and this is just me guessing now because you're putting me question. If the twig is fit, he'll probably start him, and it will be him and Rio, and a few other bits and bobs, maybe Curtis. But if Fulham know what they do, they can't. We can't win this game. We cannot win it because he wouldn't even want to bring players on. He'll be hesitating to bring players on.
Can I be the voice of reason now? Uche's had his piece.
Yeah.
Now I agree with Uche that I don't see us winning the game on Saturday. I also agree for the reasons why Uche said that we're not going to win the game. What I disagree with is that you're going to see Slot decimate the team for a second leg against PSG. It's just not going to happen. He's going to play the same players on what day we playing Wednesday. Going to play the same players on Wednesday. Going to play the same players on Saturday. Going to play the same players next Tuesday. That is what he does. And the reason why he's going to do that is because he's going to be too shook to lose that game against Fulham because his job is on the line now. He might get the sack before the end of the season as things are standing. Because by the end of next week, or by the end of this week, we might have lost to PSG, having just lost in the way we've done against Man City, and having lost the previous game against Brighton in the league. So there's no way you're seeing Arne Slot play players that he refused to play when we were good. When we should have been rotating. He's not going to do it now that we're playing badly. It's just not going to happen. So we may drop points against Fulham, but it will be the same players you see on Wednesday dropping the points on Saturday.
Well, you say that, but how come when in between the Galatasaray game, when we played Tottenham, who played in that game? Do you remember?
It was Tottenham though. And what happened? What happened?
No, I'm asking
the only point that manager
all I
picked
did
up.
was ask you a question, yeah, and then you started defending. I'm saying who played because in that game, if I remember, he played Gakpo up front, he played Rio and Frimpong, and he played Wirtz in behind. Yeah, that's not our first team. So when I say I was being extra, extraordinarily, being extra, right? But bottom line is they're gonna be 4 or 5 players that he's not gonna really want to touch football because let's be honest. This is a guy that knows what PSG is going to do to him. Like, TSV can literally ruin his career in 180 minutes of football. Like, completely, like, crush him to, like, there's no more Arne Slot at the top level anymore. He's done, cooked, finished. Go and sleep, everybody. So, he has that in his like, I can't be doing that. You cannot play those same players knowing this is a fact that you know. It's no longer speculation, right?
Based on that, based on that, it really is smoky settings against PSG, and you lose 4-0. What happens next?
Well, what happens next is obvious, isn't it? You have to play Fulham as your greatest game you've ever played.
No P45.
No, that wouldn't come. That would basically, that's inevitable. When that comes, well, I'm sorry, you're talking about who would he play against Fulham? He's gonna have to rinse them out there and say, go out there and do something against Fulham, please. But that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, but at the end of the day, he knows these guys are chilling. Even if we get the optimistic result, you know that every single PSG player has got the entire week off, waiting to arrive at Anfield. And really telling me he's going to rinse the same players out. The same player.
He will. He did it last year anyway, so he will.
No, but he's not going to be, he can't do it. It's different now. He knows what he saw at that game. That game could be smoky settings. There is no doubt about it. If we go 4-0 down in 20 minutes, yeah, no Liverpool fan is sitting there, or all the haters are sitting there, oh, I'm so shocked. They'll be like, yep, that's Liverpool. Yep, tick, yep, all good. Yep, this is exactly what we expected. Thank you very much. Is he gonna be 6 or 7? That's the reality. So if he gets anything remotely positive, he will not be able to change play those players against Fulham. It doesn't make any sense. There are 11 players plus 3 subs, or 5 subs, sorry, now because the game is changed. They are not playing 1 minute of football, Real. And we're going to go to Fulham and we think we're going to beat Fulham. Like, what are we talking about? It's not happening.
I'm telling you, there's not going to be, I can just repeat myself. There's not going to be a more.
It happened against Tottenham. That's what I'm telling you. You keep saying this.
It happened against Tottenham, and you named 3 players that start matches. So I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I've got the lineup. So Robertson played left back. Gomez played at centre back, which is not normal.
Gomez started
played at right back. He played Rio, which he's never started Rio in a game before that. He played Frimpong and he played Gakpo up front. So the players that were rested, Alisson, right? Alisson Becker, which is obviously not a choice at the moment. Yeah. Oh, sorry, not Alisson. Alisson started. So the players that were rested, Hugo, right? Hugo Ekitike, right?
Yep.
Kirkes, Konate, and Salah.
So 4 players, and then the other 5 are starters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he changed the team. He's gonna change the team.
To what? There's no. there's Ekitike, Isaac. So what? One of those will get benched. Okay.
Yeah.
Ekitike gets benched, right? Okay. Ekitike gets benched.
Yeah.
Rio starts the game. Gakpo gets rested.
Gakpo starts. Yeah.
Salah will start the match.
No, Salah ain't starting.
So who's going to play them?
Why would Salah start? What is he coming?
Chiesa.
Chiesa's not starting football.
No, I'm saying I'll just give you the team. I said he's going to be something like Isak if you can trust him. It's going to be Isak, Rio, and Gakpo.
Isak, Rio, and Gakpo. Okay. So
he's going to have
Gakpo's a starter, so he will be playing in the game that he's going to rest.
Keep up, bro. Like that ship sailed a few weeks ago, mate. Where have you seen him starting games these days? Gakpo don't start for serious games anymore. He's done. He's not starting on free. You think he's going to start in midweek?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I literally do think he's going to start midweek.
Whether he likes it or not, these days it seems to be like this Wirtz behind 2 players, which is going to be the same as what we saw against Man City, and we hope for the best. Which is Wirtz in behind Mo and Hugo. Personally, what I want to see is a terrible Rafa style, complete. I don't care. 2 fingers at all the fans and haters. Yeah, I want to see a back 5 across the middle, and 0 person up front. That's what I personally want. And literally say, yeah, do your worst, mate. I ain't coming out. Like, you guys do whatever you want. I'm not coming out. I am not engaging with you jokers. You're not coming through here. That's what I want to see, and I'll be so gassed to see it. I hope that's what I see. And if that means Wirtz ain't playing, Hugo ain't playing, I couldn't give a damn. I couldn't care less. I'll be applauding for my sofa, and I'll be so happy to board the entire Europe. I want to be the most terrible game you've ever witnessed in your entire life in Europe. That's what I want to see. But I don't know what Slot is going to do. He might think he can come on board with. I won't play Wirtz in that game. I won't play Hugo, maybe Gakpo. Hugo, maybe 20 minutes to go on the counter, maybe.
I dare him to do that. You'll get smoked.
He's not gonna get smoked, City, because we need to defend properly. We need to be. I wouldn't even mind Frimpong on the wing, to be honest. I wouldn't mind Frimpong on the wing. Something different. Let's be honest. What we're doing ain't working. Like, what's the point of playing Vert, Mo Salah, and Hugo in that game? What's the point? What are you trying to do? So that they can walk through you again. I hope not. I really do, but you never know. Yeah, well, fitness for Frimpong and a lot of Liverpool players now means 65 minutes. So let's put that caveat in.
Well, he was popped down again.
Yeah,
I thought he was popped down again.
No. He played. He played in the week, right? Right, well, he came
played.
on, right?
He came on and they took him off, but it was only precaution. So apparently he's fit. He trained normally when he came back.
Normally, but what that means, the fitness means always for Liverpool players means 65, maximum 70 minutes. So that's normally the usual. So that's Hugo, that's Verts, that's Frimpong, and that's normally Gakpo. The only person that actually you could reliably rely. Oh yeah, the 33-year-old that's also living the club. He happens to be the fittest of them all. I thought fitness is a young man's sport. What's going on, fellas? How come someone could last night and these jokers can't? Oh yeah, they can't deal with the intensity and demands of this league. Oh well. What a day.
All right then, lads. We've done well over an hour now. I've got it off my chest. Uche's got some new things that he's annoyed about, but he's managed to get some of it off his chest today. CT is a bit shook, but I'm sure come Saturday evening he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Lads, we're gonna end it there. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for the newcomers who've commented and have been involved. We'll be back next Sunday. Are we going to see a CT crash out? Please. For the comedy value, please.
That'll be funny.
Hope not.
All right. Everyone who's watched the stream and who's still watching now, please like this stream as well. And we'll see you next week. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your families, friends, and we will see you next time.